Hi, here's some of my ideas. Um, Ideas. Garbage dumpster workers. Wait, no, that's not. I already put that up. Okay, let me see. Find some that I didn't put up. Okay. Ideas. Stoves that turn off automatically when time set to is done. Horrible now, how unsafe if forget to turn off and or if smokes and set off fire alarms. Better sea monkey video game instead of with species like PlayStation 1 looks like with cartoons like original something. Product ideas. More products made with no crevices, bothersome to clean them, that accumulate scum or dust. You know, like cords, they have this crevice, so you have to clean in between the crevice. Like, so many things have crevices, I don't know why. I mean, unless they're absolutely necessary. It just makes cleaning them harder. Video game consoles or toilet plungers or etc. annoying stuff. Maybe too germy to clean the ladder as well on plungers or on causes. Let's see, what does that say? Trying to read my writing. Something or and have to open it just to dust it. Oh, on consoles, like video game consoles, they make it impossible to clean between some of those crevices, so all this dust gets in there, and you can't clean it very easily. But oh well, it'd be nice if things were made so they don't get dust inside or in all these crevices. I don't know if I know they're probably made that way so they grip better or something. Maybe in some cases it's for the best, but idea. Not sure why some stuff is regressed, was called updated, like all video effects taken off of YouTube, then they should get more, not less, like chroma key, so can put backdrops since all video effects software you buy or test online gets 1 star on the reviews and is unusable, not user friendly a lot of times. I mean, because I bought some video editing software and it's just not very good. It takes like 5 days upload or something, just 1 3-minute song, and it's just ridiculous. And the cameras too, why do they take so long to upload everything? I wish they could be made so they actually work properly. It'd be easier to do projects then, you know? Idea. Balloon something under plane. Oh yeah, like a balloon under a plane, so in an accident it could cushion it, if that would be possible, if it wouldn't pop. If it's like a rubber one or something, I don't know what would work that would cushion the fall. Like parachutes, if possible, or not to lessen impact. If diving, if engine stops, so to keep something and back up. So to keep flooring and back up, extra engine can switch to etc. And or everything that usually else fails, or and so can flow if lands in water, or all around plane in case it falls upside down too. Like, these are just my ideas. Like, sometimes I think of like a problem and then I kind of think of a solution after a while, you know, and I think, okay, I'll just share my ideas with people. Ideas. Why good to buy legal copies of video games is so there continues to be a demand for them, so stores and yard thrift, etc. places can still have them because people are buying, selling them actively, and stores see demand so worth stocking, carrying them still actively, and so can companies gain profit and not to afford. I don't know if that says not to. NAUGH. Not. I don't know what that says. Like, am I writing? Oh well. To afford to keep making them. Okay. Ideas. There shouldn't be only online job applying. What if some don't love computer? And why not video? To have booths to make up public pay for no phones. So people, if don't have cell phones, oh yeah, public pay phones. I don't know why they took out public pay phones. Those were good, but oh well. Because not everybody has a cell phone. Maybe in all cases. What if their battery dies or something? But I guess you could just ask somebody to use theirs. But if don't have cell phones, why are we regressing something and making TVs work and plug off the electrical box if plugged into without having to reprogram it, if do so to be something to plug out if gets too hot, dangerous, fire hazard if any with don't. Yeah, they make TVs difficult too. Like, too bad TVs can't just not stay on. Like, they make it where some products stay on this little light, and I wonder if that's like a hazard or if it's unhealthy for the products to have to stay on all the time. All these red light, blue lights staying on all the time. Too bad things don't just shut off completely if they shut off, but I guess it's for the remote control, so it works. Maybe it's a reason for it, but I don't know if it's that good of a reason, but because remote controls would be cool if, like, you just use them after you turn on the TV. Can't you do anything manually? Just turn it on manually only. Social center. Facial feature analysis and aura readings, I thought, to go along with socializing, education, and interaction center. The first in observation rooms can record findings of if different looks equal of personality traits and how, and ladder for interactions to let read auras, and also phrenology too, like head readings you could do, because this was related to this idea I had for it's kind of like a socializing personality behavior analysis and interaction center, like friendship center, socializing club, I don't know what to call it, personality place, I don't know. I just wanted a place where people can learn about their personality and learn about socializing, how to socialize better through socializing. You socialize and then you kind of analyze what works and what doesn't and kind of vary your behavior to how you get better socially, and you could observe others, okay, to see what personality not as they want to be, more or less as, so to be more balanced. That was a dream I had so long ago, and I'm just never going to do it, I guess, but like anytime soon, but well. Ideas. Light, portable air. Invention really needed to be invented. Light, portable air conditioner, not heavy, that is like portable heaters that are indoors only entirely, not needing heavy lifting into windows. I hate that kind so much. Unless can be made super light and easily, if, because it seems like mold can grow in those too. They're half outside, so the rain gets in them and stuff, and dust, and it's like, and you have to keep lifting them in and out, and all these bugs and dirt can come in your room, because it's not, because your window has to stay open for these air conditioners all the time. I don't know, it just doesn't seem very good. Because if keep in window permanently, the cold air came in winter, time be even something can my writing's a little sloppy sometimes. I'm trying to decipher it. Ruda can gran the if with air something and snow. So could be for something and other ones with something went for window to went to roll upstairs. Well, anyway, I'm just saying the old ones are a big hassle, which because I had one that was a big hassle, and like I would just like to see like a little, like those little mini heaters are so easy to use. Just plug them in and use them, and they're really good. Of course, you have to make sure to use them at an actual outlet instead of those other ones, because it was really dangerous. It really started to overheat, and it could be dangerous on those little extra 4 outlet things. Those are bad to plug heaters into. They overheat on those, but so anyway, it'd be nice if they had a little mini air conditioner you could just plug in. That kind would be cool. If they can invent that. Maybe they already invented it. I don't know. I just didn't know about it, so I thought I'd invent it. Sometimes if I just want something, then I'll just invent it myself. Or I'll wish that they had that. Well, I don't actually invent things. I don't actually market them, but I do invent them, and I'm just sharing them with others to invent. Okay, ideas. Immigration law could be where it's okay to have automatic citizenship if your DNA test says you are from that country dominantly, and or same with criminals that by law could be deported to wherever their DNA is dominant if not doing well in immigrant country, especially if cases of something prisons, in cases of churded prisons, overcrowded prisons, overcrowded prisons, yeah. In those cases. Okay. Idea. Social club could also have handwriting analysis and hypnotizing talking sessions and dream analysis and etc. Anything else to help to learn of personality and or interaction. Interaction, I don't know what that other says. Neem and now lums. What does that say? Oh well. Okay. Is it still recording? Yes, it is. Good. Okay, I should always check on this battery. The battery likes to conk out. Okay. But it usually flashes and warns me, so. Okay, idea. Console that is like retro except can play old computer cartridges or floppy disks or other systems and... No, actually, I said that wrong. I didn't mean floppy disks. Yeah, that would be cool. An old... Like a new console made that plays old floppy disks. So you don't have to track down an old computer. Well, actually, they should reissue the old floppy disks too, or the old floppy disks they should reissue onto a cartridge or onto a modern game system disc. Then we can play the old computer system games without having to track down an old computer or old floppy disk games. Because I want to play some of the old Atari 800 floppy disk games. I know you can emulate them, but sometimes that doesn't entirely work very well, so... it'd be nice if they could be reissued somehow in some format that's modernly, easily usable, like for a modern game system, like 3DS or for, PlayStation 2 even, or even an old system. It doesn't matter, as long as it's not too obsolete of a system. Like, the computers are just hard to find for me, in my area anyway, that doesn't even have stores, so... Idea. Console that is like retro except can play old computer cartridge or other systems and or could just reissue old games on newer system, or have all issue system form, I guess, disc, or have all something to something, and or just my writings are like the Dead Sea Scroll sometimes. It's missing a few words here and there. I'm sorry. It's like it's just I can't make out all my writing. Okay, and or just websites. And some of my writings I transcribed from cassette tapes, which was really I really wish I didn't put them on cassette tapes, because now I have to transcribe them to get them off the cassette tapes. I wish I didn't put them on there in the first place. Okay. And or just websites have where it can play games, then something reissues of old favorites. Then older reissues of old favorites. Ideas. Move flashbook, video game systems like Commodore, Amiga, Atari 800 computer, etc. games, one's Spectrum, etc. Any retro can be done because if hard to play. Same if rarer. Oh, more flashback video game systems. That's what I meant to say. Like, you know, like how they made the Commodore 64 and some of the Atari. They reissue them as flashbacks. Those are pretty cool. And also, in television, they call them flashbacks, and they're like, they have a bunch of games on the one flashback system. Those are really cool. I wish they would reissue a flashback for like some of the old computer games, some of the better ones, that maybe the older ones, the more G-rated, puzzly creative ones, the colorful ones, those are the ones I like. The really retro ones. Not like maybe the later 90s ones that are all modern, but like the older retro ones of Atari 800, for example, I kind of liked, or the Animal ones, or ideas. More product testers apparently are needed, for example, for DVDs. Who missed testing those, they won't even skip to play next episode, a lot of them. Anyways, won't. What's with that? Yeah, I don't know why some of those DVD compilations where they put all the episodes on one disc, a lot of times it won't even let you skip to the next ones. I mean, on some TVs it allows you to, and then on other DVDs or other TVs it won't. And on some, no TV or DVD works for them. And it's like, I just wish they were maybe tweaked or tested a little bit more before they put out some of those, so they would put them out in a way that was working better. Because it's just disappointing. Like, you're like, I want to watch the next episode, but it won't let me. It puts that little hand symbol, like you can't fast forward to the next one. Why? I don't know. Ideas. Something, short movies, or organized by eras on Netflix and having holiday category, 70s, 60s. They don't have enough, or even 60s TV shows. Ideas. Have handwriting analysis at Social Club 2. Okay, let's see, what else? Ideas. Game shop where you guess artists. Game show where you guess artists that did art and or singer's name that sung, song, etc. or wrote type stuff. Idea. Jets on planes underplane to help keep it up, but also so won't only and on back end ones in case need to linger, so won't be pushed into and stop mid-air. So we won't be pushing obstacles like now, and stop mid-air for safety if needed, to help steady in case front up again, in case front bends down, to help steady and to steady up again. For safety, extra backup engines, or also any else known to break down built in that's can press button and switch to an emergency. Because I think planes sometimes are dangerous now, I guess, because they're built with like a jet where it just pushes them forward, and that's why they don't fall, because it's pushing them so fast, which seems kind of unsafe. Too bad they weren't made in a way where they could just float and linger and stop if they need to. But I don't think I don't know if they're made that way. Like they're not made like a helicopter or whatever. Like you'd think that would be better to make them that way and make them lighter and not fill them with too many people. And if they were gonna do it the way they're doing it now, but I don't know, because it just seems like there shouldn't be all these crashes. Though it's really sad. I don't know. Like how can we make things safer? Why no add-on devices to play old computer games on newer systems? Or reissue machines too. And games of old have hard to fund systems. Yeah, maybe there could be add-on devices. Like add-on devices that help you play old computer games on the newer systems. That would be a cool idea for an add-on device. Or reissue machines where you could type in or demo games on it, and then you could request it to make a copy for you of any game you want. Or you could, they already kind of have it though, in Japan, they have those machines where you could make your own multi-carts. Those are a really good idea. Like I thought of that idea, but actually they already had them, and I just didn't know about it. So that's kind of like what I thought of, like machines where you could you make your own kind of video game disc, put your own games on it. Idea: why did Polaroid kind of camera not become main and stay type cameras used? To avoid hassle of developing pics, maybe could add feature though of having option to see pic before popping it out to make sure like it's enough, like it looks good enough to pop it out. Video game. Wait, let me just check again. Okay. Video game company, the Christian something lamps, and music video company, Nos and Walks. What is this saying? Should be started as nonprofits. Oh, video game company lounge and Christian music video company. Proceeds to support video game companies that made them and can sell Christian stuff to fundraise, to do and promote, support music videos. Oh yeah, because I was thinking, how could it, like maybe it's not legal to make video game lounges, right? But then I thought maybe if they could support the video game companies, kind of be set up as like a non-profit or well, maybe it would profit, but it would profit like the video game companies. It would be kind of like a charity company type thing. Or I don't know what to call it. Like that would just be cool. Like like video game companies might not be okay with their video games being at a video game lounge. Like I heard in some countries they have video game bars or something, but some of them were closed down because it wasn't legal or something. But if they made it where you made these lounges with all these video games, like the consoles, not just the arcades, because those are always debatable if they're legal, so they never make that kind of lounge. But if they can make lounges like that, like all these little rooms you could rent out and you could have your kids go to hang out, or you could hang out with your friends as an adult or whatever. Like those rooms you could rent out with different video games in them, and the lounge having a huge library everybody can kind of rent from and then bring it to that lounge and do the games in. For people that don't have the room to store the video games or whatever, but also want a place to hang out with their friends and a place to go out to meet, they could rent out these rooms, or a place to drop off their kids to hang out and play video games together in a group with their friends or something. It could be a nice, secure little rooms you could rent for them. Something like that, I was thinking, but some of the profits could go, or all the profits could go towards the video game companies to support them. Like maybe they'd be allowing you to do the lounges that way if they were kind of like a non-profit to the person starting them, but a profit to support charitably the companies who made the games. Then they'd probably be okay with it. Then they'd probably like it. The royalties going to them. Let's see. And then also a music video company, I was thinking, would be hard to do unless you have lots of money, right? But can sell Christian stuff to fundraise to support music videos and promote. Oh, well, I don't know. I was just thinking of some way to do some of my dreams. My main dreams were, a video game lounge or a Christian music video company, like to evangelize places like Europe that maybe don't even have Christian music videos that much. I was thinking that would be cool. Okay, idea. Let's see. Idea, not making electronics where systems lights stay on in case waste electricity and or burns out electronics and or puts on out too much radiation more than already is during, if unhealthy into the air or whatever. Okay, I was just elaborating on the idea I said earlier, but idea, let's see. Police and detectives or all other name invented for should also be believed secretly to stalk by potential criminals pre-crime. New job idea. That's the goal. Prevents crime. Its goal is to prevent crime. Pro-crime reports almost crimes go to them and they undercover investigate and watch over and guard they don't do crimes. And guard that they don't do the crimes. Yeah, like, this idea was like, police officers, it'd be like a new job, an idea for a new job where people are hired to prevent crime, kind of like detectives, but they don't just go after the crime, they go before the crime, like with suspicious people that have been notoriously close to doing crimes. They're kind of like stalkers for them to make sure they're not doing crimes, to kind of protect society from them. Well, I don't know, they can, people that are susceptible to doing crimes, or also susceptibly vulnerable people too. If they could have people kind of guard them, but they already have bodyguards. But like maybe if there's such a thing as free bodyguards or something, I don't know. Well, I'm not sure. Whatever would work. Okay, ideas. Taco Bell Chihuahua video game. Taco Bell Chihuahua video game. That's funny. You know, like how they used to make video games for different things like Cool Spot, and I thought, oh, they didn't do the Taco Bell dog one yet. Okay, ideas. Crime undercover prevention type of cops that are the Gania, what does that say? The guinea pigs to test and see if people are criminals that investigate reports of suspicious and or close call type people that pretend to be the person buying from them or babysitting for the or met to see if people are great or not, or quit something or not. Oh, well, I don't know what that says. Okay. I'm trying to decipher this all for y'all. So I hope you appreciate it. Okay. Because this is tough work trying to figure out what I wrote here sometimes. Idea. Labyrinth video game. Work and have level mazes style find baby and defeat those pink crazy and cool guys, and with the good music tunes and upside down stairs that keeps changing and going through Labyrinth. I just thought that'd be cool to make a better version Labyrinth game, like that old movie from the whatever 86 or whatever. Because you could put those like dancing guys in it, those Muppet guys in it, and you could have it have better graphics. Because I think they made a Labyrinth game, but it was terrible graphics in the 80s. They made one for the Nintendo, but it wasn't like really good PlayStation type graphics. You know, they should make a PlayStation type PlayStation 2 colorful type style graphic one, or where you're going through the upside down labyrinth or something. And like where they're showing those fun, colorful guys that were dancing, those Muppet guys. They could do video games of a lot of those retro things, because those are really fun video games when they're done, of those retro movies and cartoons. Like Neverending Story they could do too, with that flying monster guy, flying dog thing or whatever it was. They could have you fly on that or something for the video game, and have that good music. They should still have MIDI music for video games. I love the sound of the old video game MIDI music. It sounded so good. Some of the old video games didn't always have the best graphics, but they had great puzzle and great puzzle aspects, and sometimes, and it's also great MIDI music. Idea. Start game store that sells old 80s computers and games, and company that reissues them and or makes new retro-ish games. Yeah, because video game stores, this was just saying, like, it'd be cool if video game stores also sold some of the old gaming computers. Because they don't really, I don't know if they do, but they could. That would be cool. Because I wish I could buy some old gaming computers, like an Atari 800. And they don't even sell them very many places, so it's kind of sad they're hard to find. They should reissue some of that stuff, too, because some of those games are cool. Like the Atari 800, it seemed like were cool. I played a few on emulation until, like, the emulation got too complicated to figure out, sort of, but in company that, let's see, yeah. Ideas. Let me see if it's okay. It's okay. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Idea. Planes made with backup extra motors and etc. Whatever parts fail often. And also they should be made where maybe an enclosing bubble area could be where people can walk out onto the outside of the plane, some sort of repair areas with some sort of airtight bubble that can enable people to repair people that should be always on the planes, to repair the plane's outside parts if it's needed. Some sort of bubble that could go around it so people can go out there and repair the plane while it's flying, if that were possible, because that would be a good way too. Or somehow where people can make the plane have some of the engine parts on the inside so you could repair them on the inside if needed without going outside would be also brilliant if that's possible. Because how are you going to repair on the outside if you're on the inside if it's needing repair while it's in air, right? So be easier to make it repairable while it's on flight. Okay, ideas. New in okay, I'm trying to read this writing. Okay, ideas, new in story. Oh yeah, never ending story video game. I just said that, but this is elaborating on it. And or something. And also they could have Fraggle Rock video game. Ooh, that would be fun. Like but the colorful PlayStation type graphics. Like PlayStation 2 games, I think had like some of the best graphics, like that style of graphics, like all colorful side scroller, or it could be partly front scroller too. A little bit of both maybe would be the ideal, because I love side scroller, maybe the best, but it's also fun to have the first person too sometimes. Maybe a combination, that would be cool. And all colorful. I love when video games are colorful. And I love when they're of retro characters like would be cool to have Fraggle Rock or something that they haven't done yet. And maybe like a Chihuahua video game. Well, they already had, I guess, Ren and Stimpy, but you could do like the Taco Bell dog or something. And let's see what else. The idea is the most important jobs like evangelist should pay most money, or at least it should pay a little money so people could afford to do it instead of where you have to fundraise to do it. That seems so unorganized and so difficult. Why do they make it so difficult to do things that are so important and needed to be done? Okay, that just deters people from even doing it when there's already so few that probably want to even do it in the first place. Why deter them further? Why not make it more appealing to do some things instead of less? But anyway, should pay most money and least important, like how it is now, some of the most unimportant jobs like acting or whatever pay the most or something, or some jobs are important like doctors, and maybe that's for a reason because nobody would do it unless it paid more, but because it's such a kind of hard job or whatever, you have to get a lot of education for or something. But yeah, okay. Ideas: banks, loans, and credit cards with no interest only. Bible says to do this and to fear God. Still can have corporal can or home collateral, car or home, but no interest, just paying back amount owed. Yeah, because they use it as a way to make money off poor people, but poor people can't hardly even afford to be made money off of, so why even bother to try and make money off of them? Why not, charge the wealthy people a little bit more so you can afford to be a little bit more charitable to the poor people, which probably can't repay you anyway, so you might as well consider you don't have to be, you could just be like, no interest, right? They still have to pay it back, but it's like no interest. And maybe dropping the debts every 7 years like the Bible said. Including the mortgage. because that's never included. Why isn't that included? The bank just winds up with a bunch of properties it probably can't sell because they're like cursed or something, probably, because you're trying to like make it hard on the poor people. God wants people to be nice to the poor people, and then he can repay them, he said. But you won't be able to be repaid unless you're nice to people in the first place, right? Unless you're kind of charitable in the first place, then God won't have anything to repay you, so he might not even help your bank properties to sell or anything. Your bank might wind up being stuck with having to pay taxes on them or something, and maybe it's like a punishment for not being a little bit easier on the poor people like he said to be. So it's not like it's really that helpful to not live by the Bible, I guess. So I'm just saying. Okay, ideas. So let's see. Well, okay, is it still going? Okay, still recording. It's a miracle. Okay. Ideas. Chariot videos with horses chariot rides with horses and or on rails with electronic horses. Or maybe real ones, but the chariots should be made where they have a back on them so you can't fall out. And maybe you're even strapped in or something. And tall and entirely circling to chest height chariot so can't with door fall out at Utopia Land and for transportation from different areas. I just thought that would be cool, a chariot ride. I don't know if you could make it like still exciting but also safe somehow. And maybe even with real horses, I don't know. Like ideas, strap in shoulder and waist seat belts for rafting boats. Maybe that wouldn't be good though, in case the boat turns over, you need to be able to swim out fast. Maybe that's a defunct idea. Okay. Idea, put record player with cassette if get another one. Can put it with 4 other games and blankets over it. And plastic shelves can put it on the shelves. Type storage thing if another one if ever get to lower it from just an derogative to what does it say, and records next to it if cubicle fits near it. Okay, that wasn't really that was just one of my personal journalings for my own self to do. Sorry, that got mixed in by accident. Okay, idea. Forcing something CD. Forcing OCD productive. All OCD people idea can pray 1,000 souls at St. Gertrude prayer to help souls get out with gift of not minding repetition. You know how I guess some people just like to do things repetitiously? So why not use that sort of supposed bad quality or whatever in a good way, because that's a motivation that it could be used in a positive way towards maybe praying for people. I thought, for example, is what I'm saying here. So any OCD people, if you want to use your OCD in a positive way, your obsessive compulsive disorder, where you obsessionally want to do something repetitiously, okay, I have a good idea what you could do. You could look up online on YouTube the 1,000 soul prayer of from St. Gertrude. Well, she didn't say to do it, but Jesus said to do it. And it gets 1,000 souls out if you pray it. Well, at least the story goes. So it's worth a try. So you could try to, hopefully it's real, and you could get 1,000 souls out. You could help 1,000 souls each time you pray it. Like, so yeah. I could never find the book that actual message was in, though. But hopefully it's a real thing that Jesus said to pray. Because why would people make it up? I mean, hopefully it's for real. I just couldn't find the actual book, though, that it's in. So I thought, that's weird. Like, why isn't it? Because usually the messages books you can buy and collect, and you could read for yourself how exactly Jesus said to pray it or whatever. And, I just want to see for myself how it was phrased and everything. But, well, I don't know. I guess we just have to trust that it was phrased right and everything. Okay, ideas. Camera that can be having built-in stable stand to put on counter and Van low one, and even setting for so can take it up close and still gets full body in pic, unlike now.